Good morning, or at least it's morning for me. Hope everybody's doing very well. I've got an exciting video, or at least what I consider to be exciting. It is a pathing video. As you guys know with jungling, especially as an Udyr player, pathing and how you move around the map is very important. Every second you essentially spend walking in the wrong direction is 2 seconds the enemy jungler is gaining on you if they're moving in the correct direction, right? And so the idea is as you climb and as you are playing in early season especially, I don't know if you guys are feeling this, I am feeling a lot of early season shenanigans. In particular, it's very hard for me to get leads before 15 minutes. It seems by 15 minutes, one of my lanes has died 6 or 7 times. It's very hard for people to stop the bleeding. I think it's a matchmaking issue more than anything. People that just clearly are not good are getting paired against people that are good, and it's very hard for these players to navigate that. So what I have been doing, I have actually been completely changing my approach to the early game with jungling, especially with Udyr. As you guys know, I tend to do Raptor starts, or I tended to do a lot of Raptor starts. My preferred clear, let's pretend I'm this blue little jungle, would be Raptors, Krugs, red, blue, wolves, Gromp, blue, crab, Raptors, Krugs, go back to base, spin gold, wolves, Gromp into Krugs, Rift Grubs, that is. This gives you a clean level 5. It guarantees you get a gold spin. It also keeps you perfectly on tempo, and it gives you a ton of experience. And in my opinion, is one of the safest starts in the game. There has actually been another clear path that has been in the game for a very long time that people do. And it's essentially the blue side equivalent where you do wolves, blue, Gromp, Raptors, Krugs, red, and then you just do the other side, crab, and then you come and do wolves, Gromp, blue, go back to base, spin gold, Raptors, Krugs, and then you do dragon at 6 minutes instead of Rift Grubs at 6 minutes. That is what most people think of when I say wolves or Raptor starts, right? The Shyvana start is another start that I've known about for a while. Shyvana is really the only player in the game that does it. And that got me to thinking, why is Shyvana the only jungler in the game to do this start? The start, in case you're wondering, is you start wolves, but instead of going to your blue, you actually do wolves, Raptors, Krugs, red, blue, Gromp, top crab, wolves, Raptors, Krugs, and you hit level 5 that way. And you might say to yourself, Willie, this looks like just a Raptor start, except you're just hitting level 5 in a different way. Couple key differences. Number one, you hit level 5 bot side with this wolf start. That is, if you do the Shyvana start where you do this, and you come bot, your top side camps aren't respawning for a little bit. Meaning, if you were to spend a lot of time bot side at level 5 doing something like a dragon, the enemy jungler at best can take your Gromp, and they can only take the Gromp at best, because by the time you spend 45 seconds bot side and go back to base and spend gold, your wolves will be coming back up, and they can only take 1 camp away from you, and you're going to be on time in time for Rift Grubs. Another key difference between this start and the Raptor start is you're not actually planning on going back to base and spending gold. This start, with the wolf start, you're essentially level 5 bot side, and we're going straight into a dragon. This is why I call it the Shyvana clear start. It's because this is a dragon cheese. The reason why this clear path in particular has been helping me and my win rate the most this early split is because bad junglers, don't know how to track this clear path, right? If the enemy jungler sees you, and this is a fantastic clear path for red side. Let me put the blue token away. Pretend you're red side. As red side, this is my go-to clear path right now. Because if the enemy jungler, let's say the enemy mid laner walks up and wards level 1, if they see you start a Raptor start, where do you think they think you're going to be at 3 minutes? They think you're going to be bot side at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. If you do this clear path, you do this, you're actually top side at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And I've got the gameplay in the background here, hopefully running, showing you the clear speed of both. But you very much make it to river by 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Another fun part about this clear path is you don't have to actually get a crab to hit level 5. So let's say you come out to the river at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. They're topside, you don't have prio, and you can't do crab. You literally walk straight over to whichever camp you started, wolves or Raptors, do it right at 4 minutes, and then just full clear down. Once again, if you're on the other side of the map, it's just the opposite. You would do here, and then you full clear down. And either way, by the time you finish this last second clear, you're going to be level 5, bot side, ready to do dragon. And you know who does dragon extremely fast? And in one of these clips, I actually showed it. You can finish dragon by 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Most game is Udyr. You can get your team a huge advantage, start the dragon soul stacking, and as red side in particular, the reason why I love this clear path is because it's very hard for enemy junglers to get into the dragon pit because there's no blast cone until like 6 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever. So the only way they get into a dragon pit is if they walk out in a river, and guess who beats junglers in the river at 5 minutes in the game? Udyr. So it sets you up. You hedge your bets. You either get a dragon or an early skirmish with the enemy jungler at a point in the game in which you win. Immediately after, you can cross over and contest grubs, or you can just go back and do your topside quadrant, set up an actual linear clear, because during this time that you're spending doing dragon, you know that awkward time where either your Krugs or your Raptors are really staggered because you did a really weird first clear path. You didn't do your entire top quadrant immediately. There's a weird stagger between your Raptors and your Krugs, or your Wolves and your Gromp. In the time that you're doing dragon or fighting bot side, that 45-second window is evaporating. So by the time you reset after the dragon and go back topside, your camps are unstaggered and you've got a perfect clear path set up again. This, in my opinion, is a fantastic clear path for solo queue. It works on both sides of the map. I do think it's better as red side, though. If you're playing for grubs, I still think that probably a normal Raptor start on blue side is your best bet. But this, in my opinion, is the best start as a red side Raptor start jungler, especially as someone like Udyr who can do dragon, because A, they can't track it, B, you get 5-minute dragons, C, you can make it to grubs on time, and D, you get an early 5-minute dragon, which right now in these 30-minute games, if you guys don't know, in the current patch, these games are longer. They're just a lot longer than they used to be. So dragon stacking is one of the best ways to help your team win the game. In addition, I always tell people your teammates cannot int away dragon stats. They can int away bounties. So by getting your team dragons instead of kills, you're actually giving them gold stats, anywhere from 300 to 500 gold, depending on the champion and the dragon. So you're giving your teammates like a kill's worth of gold just by getting a dragon split across 5 people. Do that 4 times and you get a dragon, so it's a very consistent way to win solo queue, especially my junglers out there like Vi, Warwick, Xin Zhao, champions that can do very early dragons. It's a great clear path, but for Udyr especially, one of the best clear paths out there. So I would encourage you guys to try this in your solo queue games. It has definitely improved my win rate. I have a feeling in this early split it will also improve your win rate, simply because it is a nightmare to track. If you see the enemy jungler start Raptors, you don't know where they're going with this clear path. You really don't. If you see them start Wolves, once again, you really don't know. The only way you'll know is if you invade, and most junglers don't tend to invade. In my experience, if they see you start on the one side of the map, they're going to try and invade you on the other side of the map. And the final thing I want to say, this is an Udyr specific tip. If you are blue side doing the wolf start, you can actually put a point in turtle at level 2, and I demonstrated that in this in one of the clears. But if you put a point in turtle at level 2, since you're doing wolves, raptors, krugs, you don't need Q at level 2. You're doing AoE camps. If you put a point in turtle at level 2 as a blue side Udyr, you'll be full health with a potion when you start your red buff at level 3. It is impossible for champions like Shaco and Kindred to invade you. If you are against junglers that invade, doing a Wolves to Raptor start is one of the safest clear paths in the game, because you can put that point in turtle level 2 and be completely full health, ready to fight them if they invade you. And if they do invade you, you can just put a point into E at level 3. You've got W, E, R at level 3, and that is extremely hard for an enemy jungler to invade, because you've got bear stun, slow, and heals. It just takes too long to kill you. So hope you enjoyed. I would encourage you guys to try this out. If you want more content like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Head over to my Twitch, which will be in the description below if you want to see me literally play this clear path live. I do it all the time if you want to see me test it live. But I'm excited, and outside of that, see you in the next one. Bye!
Dang! Call me so I can make it juicy for ya.